Hello and welcome once again as Consuming Passions pays tribute to a very fine vegetable, the broccoli, a powerhouse of vitamins A, C and E, and it contains fibre, calcium and iron, so it's a thoroughly good food, especially for the meat-challenged among us. Now, although boiling reduces some of the vitamin content, there'll be plenty left for everyone in the Consuming Passions pasta with a broccoli sauce. The recipe just calls for the florets, which I remove, although the stalks, of course, can be eaten as well. Make sure, too, that the broccoli is in top condition, not flowering or yellow. It's actually best used as soon as possible after you buy it. Then they're plunged into cold water. The colder the better. This will set their colour. It's a technique you can use with many green vegetables. Then when you need to heat them, you simply drain them and drop them back into boiling water. It's a very useful restaurant technique. Now, in another pan, I gently cook some garlic. Just a couple of cloves finely chopped, and that's just simmered quietly in a small amount of a good, strongly flavoured oil, such as walnut or macadamia or an extra virgin olive oil. Because the flavour of the sauce will be very subtle, every delicately flavoured ingredient used will add significantly to the overall flavour of this dish. Once the garlic has softened, it's pounded along with the drained broccoli florets into a smooth pulp. And once that's done, I add some lightly browned pine nuts. These have been toasted in a dry pan over medium heat. You could also use chopped pecans or walnuts. Now I add some raisins that have been chopped, and I toss them through the sauce mixture just to warm them. I also use saffron in this dish, and I know it's an expensive commodity, but it's a worthwhile investment. Just a few strands are steeped in some hot stock for a few minutes, and then that mixture is stirred in with the garlicked broccoli, the nuts, and the raisins. I also add some chilli, not enough to be incendiary, but just enough to give good flavour. And the broccoli sauce is now complete. It can be made in advance to this stage and then warmed through before serving. Simple, isn't it? Now, to the pasta itself, I use linguine, and I cunningly cook it in the water used to cook the broccoli, thus conserving both the water and the heat required to bring it up to boiling point. One more procedure to make the dish the stunner that it is. Into just a little more oil, I crumble some breadcrumbs. Day-old bread is fine, white or wholemeal, fine, and the crumbs are just browned. And this process is done just before serving time. Time to serve, and on top of the linguine goes the broccoli sauce with its raisins, its pine nuts, and its chili. It's topped with some breadcrumbs, and then a sprinkling of cracked black pepper, and some grated Parmesan cheese. Absolutely perfect. A very simple recipe which brings out the best of a very fine vegetable. And possibly to go with it, for grown-ups only, a claret-style red, Australian of course, possibly a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. That would be absolutely perfect. From Consuming Passions, till next time, bon appetit.